Heathen Thought of the Day. Welcome again to Heathen, and welcome to Thought of the Day. Karen.
Yeah, so funnily enough, actually, I had this one on my mind already when you shared your thought yesterday, and it totally ties in.
My flying cube thought.
Your flying cube thought. Because I was thinking that it seems very closed-minded to be adamant about things not existing when you have no evidence. For example, I consider myself an atheist. I don't know if I believe in aliens and stuff. Back in the day, I definitely would have said I don't, whereas we watch a lot of things which have maybe changed my mind. But I think it's silly to say that there's absolutely, unequivocally none of that out there. As an atheist, I still am open to the idea that there is something that could be considered God. I think it's more for me that I find it hard to believe that any human religion would have captured it completely. But yeah, if you've got no evidence of something, I don't really see how you can just adamantly deny that something exists.
Mm. Speaking of the cube that I saw, so you mentioned that we watch a lot of kind of paranormal stuff, and we watch a lot of UFO stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you see the evidence that people have sent in that gets shown on these TV programs, it'll just be kind of like lights in the sky. And what's really frustrating is if I had caught what I'd seen on camera for that 2 or 3 seconds, it would have blown away a lot of the evidence, 99% of the evidence that is shown on these TV shows, because it would have been unequivocal. Like, here it is moving into frame, here it is hovering, and here it is just zooming
and so
out
close
again,
as
and
well.
so close.
Because
exactly.
obviously a lot of the time, I mean, I'm naturally a skeptic. So especially with like paranormal stuff, I always assume that someone's done some effects, it's fake, it's for attention or whatever. But there are certain things that do make me question. For example, one of the shows we watched recently, they've got some, experts who examine evidence, and 2 separate people from...
Is that the one when you go to Roswell to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. 2
separate people from 2 separate supposed UFO crash sites did their metal detector work, and they found a piece of metal. Now, at first, I was like, great, you found an old Coke can or something.
Congratulations.
Yeah, what a great way to spend your time. But on examination, it turned out that they were pure aluminum, or aluminium, whatever you want to call it, yeah, which apparently just doesn't really exist on our planet. So the fact that 2 completely unrelated people from 2 completely unrelated places found this material... I mean, I find that pretty compelling. Every
time we fly now, flew most recently a couple of weeks ago, and I'm always, if I've got the window seat, I'll spend most of the time like a dog, like in a car, just with my head, looking out into the skies. But, it's just that weird thing that when you are consciously looking for it almost, it's not going to show like it did before, it seems. Not the way that it did to me. This supersonic.
Well, there's theories
cube.
about that as well, isn't there? That they are aware that cameras are more present nowadays, and
that's what I said. I'm certain. I said in the last thought, I'm certain that the cube or the thing in the cube saw me and was aware that I saw it, and it knows that it's F with my mind. Yeah.
Well, human or alien, it's obviously really weird, and yeah. How can you deny that?
There are so many things out there in this world which are unknown, and this planet is just full of bizarro stuff that you can never explain.
Even our own history, just think back, not that long ago, we believed things that nowadays have been proven completely wrong. I just think we might be wrong about things now as well. There's no reason to say that we are completely infallible in our knowledge.
There's no way that there's not other intelligent life out there.
You would think with the size of the universe, like it would be very strange to think that this is the only planet with any kind of life form.
Do you agree with the thing that everything comes from some truth? Yeah. So tying that into Heathen once again, Heathen is a lot about me thinking about the unknown and what we don't know, and specifically about me dying, technically dying, and coming back And for those, I don't know what the time was. It seemed like a lot longer in my mind than what it was actually would have been, 60 seconds or something like that I was gone. And it just, how many people have passed away and come back again. And it's got to be minuscule, the percentage of people that have done that. So these are the kind of things that go through my mind. These are kind of thoughts that have gone into Heathen. And I've written about it in a horror sense.
I actually have
a
crazy story related to that, which maybe I'll share on my thought of the day tomorrow.
And when you were talking about ghosts and things like this, I haven't had a ghostly experience, but in the house that I used to live in when I was growing up in England, other people, former best friends, cousins, my parents, have experienced apparently quite, ghostly goings on, and that always, comes around in my head as well. So let's move on to my thought, because I could sit here all day and talk about this.
Oh, we haven't even done your thought?
No. It's more of, pleading. I've mentioned before, I want a black and gold Heathen cape. Am I expected to direct Heathen without my cape? Is that expected of me? So, please, if someone out there can procure a garment for me, black and gold Heathen cape for director, I need it.